Hey guys, it's Grant with Vigilance Personal Protection. I wanted to make a video today to discuss some of the new changing laws here in the state of Missouri. So as many of you are aware, the Senate just recently overrode Governor Nixon's veto of our constitutional carry bill. A lot of people are wondering, what does this mean for me? Can I carry a weapon now without a permit? So in short, the answer is yes. Basically, they've changed the unlawful use of weapons charge to mean that if you carry a weapon concealed upon or about your person, readily capable of lethal use, it is not an unlawful use of weapons charge unless you carry in one of the places specified by RSMO 571-107. So this is where it gets tricky. There are 17 places specified in that section of law. Now, if you have a concealed carry permit and you take your weapon into one of those places, the law says it shall not be a criminal act. However, if you are asked to leave and refuse to, and a peace officer summoned, you can be fined $100. Now, if you don't have a concealed weapons permit, even with the new law changes, and you take your firearm into one of those places, it could be anywhere from a Class B misdemeanor to a Class D felony. So if you're going to carry without a permit, it's really important to understand these laws. I think it's also important to understand the pros and cons of getting a permit versus choosing to carry with the new legislation. So some of those places would include police stations, sheriff's offices, highway patrol offices, things of that nature, detention centers, schools, hospitals, amusement parks, sports arenas, airports. There's a lot of them. Government meetings, places with signs posted that meet the requirements of the state law for the font of the sign and the size of the letters and the size of the sign itself. So it's really important to know all this, guys. So if you're going to carry without a permit, I have a few things that I want to bring to your attention. The first thing is that, you need to do that research and figure out where you can and can't carry. The other thing is that if you end up in court and you didn't receive any sort of training, it's going to be really hard to answer to the other person's attorney when they're asking, well, before you chose to carry that weapon, did you receive A, B, C, D training? Especially if there's some sort of collateral damage, if you accidentally harm somebody you didn't mean to. You're definitely civilly liable for that. Another reason is, why carry a weapon without training anyway? Now, concealed carry classes that are mandated by the state of Missouri, they're really more just an educational experience. They're not really training anyway. So I really think that it's important that everybody seek some sort of professional training. So one of the other things worth mentioning is getting a concealed carry permit will provide you with reciprocity in other states. This means that other states have agreements with Missouri to allow concealed carry permit holders in this state to carry in other states. So if you don't have a concealed carry permit and you cross state lines, you could be violating their state laws. It's really important to know the other states' laws that you're traveling through anyway, but if you have a concealed carry permit, it's a lot more likely that you'll be covered when you're traveling through that state. So getting a concealed carry permit is still a really good idea. So the law changed and tweaked a few other things, including a justification for defense clause where it basically expanded what some people call castle doctrine to anywhere that you are lawfully present. So if you're lawfully allowed to be there, what a lot of people call castle doctrine applies to you, basically meaning that you have no duty to retreat, is what it says. One of the other things is how you can go about getting concealed carry permits and the types of permits that will be issued. Instead of going to an 8-hour course with a live instructor, now you can take the NRA First Steps course online. It costs $60. You have 90 days to complete it, and it's done online. Of course, the experience isn't going to be as good as it would be with a live instructor who can actually help you out with some physical manipulations and correct you and some things that you might be doing wrong. But some people don't have the time to attend an 8-hour course all day, so that's an option for you now. Also, Missouri will now be issuing 10-year, 25-year, and lifetime concealed carry permits. I think that they're $200, $250, and $500 respectively. The training requirements are the same to my knowledge. Also, real quick before I let you go, I wanted to show you my t-shirt. So this is a shirt from Shield Solutions. They've started an initiative to help law enforcement officers in rural areas that don't have as much money to train. So the proceeds of these shirts go towards the training of these law enforcement officers who can't afford to do so on their own and their departments don't have the money. It's a really great group. Shield Solutions is a training company in West Plains, Missouri. I'd really like you guys to check it out, maybe buy a shirt and help some police officers get some better training. I'll link to the full text of the bill below, as well as Vigilance website, so you guys can check out what sort of training that we offer. Please feel free to comment with any questions or concerns below. Thanks for tuning in.